As discussed in the previous video, how a particular vulnerability is rated for its severity based on the popular CVSS scoring model. CVSS as in Common Vulnerability Scoring System. Is that the only model that is available to rate a particular vulnerability? No, there are actually multiple such rating frameworks, but the most popular one today is the CVSS. Let me give you a briefer on CVSS. CVSS is a widely adopted framework that provides standardized method for rating vulnerabilities. It includes a set of metrics to calculate a numeric value or score representing the severity of the vulnerability. Okay, this is for CVSS. There's something called CWSS. CWSS stands for Common Weakness Scoring System. Unlike Common Vulnerability Scoring System, this is Common Weakness Scoring System. In this particular framework, what happens is the focus is more on assessing a weakness in a software rather than a specific vulnerability. So it provides a score based on the impact and the likelihood of exploiting a weakness. And third, there is something called exploitability index. Okay, exploitability index, Microsoft's framework that assesses the exploitability of a vulnerability based on factors like complexity of the vulnerability and privileges required. This helps in prioritizing the vulnerabilities for patching. Majorly, this is for patching. The fourth model is the DREAD model. DREAD model is also developed by Microsoft proprietary model, where DREAD stands for damage, reproducibility, exploitability, affected users, and discoverability. Let me repeat. DREAD stands for damage, reproducibility, exploitability, affected users, and discoverability. It is a qualitative framework developed by Microsoft for risk assessment. Each factor is scored in a scale of 1 to 10, contributing the overall risk score. And the fifth one is not a very official scoring or risk rating framework, but it is called the CWE, Common Weakness Enumeration. Okay, it is not a scoring system per se, but it is a community developed list of software weaknesses. Alright, it is not a scoring system per se. It provides a common language for identifying, mitigating, and preventing software security issues. It is unlike CVSS or CWSS or DREAD models. This is completely different. You don't give a number to it. Okay, the sixth one is the MASVS. It's called the Massives. Okay, MASVS stands for Mobile Application Security Verification Standards. Okay, it is almost similar to the OWASP Top 10 mobile application. Right? For both, you have for Android, you have for iOS, but this is very similar, but it's called the verification standard. This is majorly focused on web application security. It provides standard for mobile application development, security requirements, including of security controls and best practices. Am I clear? So there is a small difference between OWASP Top 10 and here. This one focuses majorly for web application security. It provides a standard for mobile application development by gathering the right security requirements. And the seventh one being again the OWASP risk rating methodology. From OWASP, this methodology considers likelihood, impact, and remediation efforts to calculate a risk rating for web application vulnerabilities. The way in which this one operates, the OWASP risk rating methodology operates, is almost similar to the way the CWSS scoring system works. So just a quick briefer, we just quickly saw CVSS, which is Common Vulnerability Scoring System, CWSS, which is a Common Weakness Scoring System, Exploitability Index, DREAD, CWE, Common Weakness Enumeration, Massives, Mobile Application Security Verification Standard, and the OWASP Risk Rating Methodology. I hope you all had something to learn from this. In case you did, consider subscribing.